I had a patient named Carol, 68 years old, who came to me desperate. She had been using over-the-counter laxatives every single night for over a decade. She said, "Dr. Chen, I can't go without them, but I'm tired of the cramping, the urgency, the feeling that my insides are being scraped out." Carol is not alone. Millions of adults over 60 rely on laxatives because they believe it's the only way to stay regular. But here's the truth. Laxatives are not a solution. They are a slow motion demolition of your gut lining. And I'm going to show you a 30-second move that can replace them forever. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand why your gut is begging you to stop this habit and exactly what to do instead. Let me explain what happens every time you take a stimulant laxative. These drugs, like bisacodyl or senna, forcefully contract your colon muscles. They trigger a massive rush of water and electrolytes into your bowel. You get a bowel movement, but at a cost. Your gut lining, which is a single layer of cells that act as your body's security gate, gets battered. Over time, those tight junctions between cells loosen. Bacteria and toxins leak through into your bloodstream. That's called intestinal permeability or leaky gut. And after 60, your body's natural repair mechanisms are already slowing down. You're literally tearing down the walls of your digestive fortress every time you take that pill. The emotional toll is huge. You become dependent on a substance that makes you feel out of control of your own body. Many seniors report feeling embarrassed, frustrated, and scared every time they need to go. But here's where it gets worse. The more you use laxatives, the more your colon loses its ability to contract on its own. It becomes lazy. The nerve endings in your gut that sense stool stop responding. This is called cathartic colon, a condition where your bowel is so damaged it can't function without chemical stimulation. And the older you get, the harder it is to reverse this damage. That's why many seniors end up increasing the dose, cycling through different types of laxatives, and still feeling miserable. I've seen patients who were taking 3 different laxatives daily and still had chronic constipation alternating with diarrhea. Their gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that regulate digestion, immunity, and even mood, was decimated. Laxatives don't discriminate. They flush out everything, including the beneficial bacteria you need for proper digestion after 60. So why am I the person to tell you this? I'm Dr. Vivian Chen, a functional nutritionist trained at UCLA. For the past 15 years, I've specialized in longevity medicine, focusing on how diet and lifestyle can reverse age-related decline. I've worked with hundreds of patients over 60 at the Cleveland Clinic Center for Functional Medicine, helping them break free from laxative dependency using evidence-based protocols. I don't just study this stuff. I've seen lives transformed. Carol, the patient I mentioned earlier, was one of them. Her story is not unique, but her recovery is a powerful example of what's possible when you understand the biology. Now let's talk about the 30-second move that changed everything for Carol and hundreds of my patients. It's called the ileocecal valve release. The ileocecal valve is a small sphincter muscle where your small intestine meets your large intestine. When it gets stuck closed or open, it disrupts the entire digestive rhythm. With aging, this valve often becomes spastic or stuck closed, leading to gas, bloating, and constipation. The 30-second move is a simple self-massage technique. Here's exactly what to do. Lie on your back with your knees bent. Find the spot on your lower right abdomen, about 2 inches below your belly button and 2 inches to the right. Place your fingertips there. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, press in gently but firmly with your fingertips. Move your fingers in small circles clockwise. That's the direction of colon flow. Do this for 30 seconds, then take a slow, deep breath. You can do this twice daily, morning and evening. The pressure and circular motions stimulate the valve to relax, allowing the contents of the small intestine to pass through and triggering a natural wave of peristalsis. It's like giving your gut a manual override to restart its own rhythm. This technique works because it directly targets the root cause of many age-related constipation issues, a slow or uncoordinated migrating motor complex. When you massage that specific area, you're sending a signal through the enteric nervous system, your second brain, to initiate a bowel movement. It's completely natural, takes less time than finding your laxative bottle, and has zero side effects. But here's the key. It works best when you combine it with consistent daily tracking of your bowel habits. That's why I recommend using the app linked in the pinned comment below. It helps you log your bowel movements, note their consistency using the Bristol stool chart, and see patterns over time. The app even sends reminders to do this massage first thing in the morning. It's the simplest way to stay accountable without a doctor's visit. Many of my patients have completely stopped laxatives within 2 weeks of using this technique and tracking their progress. Now, let me deepen your understanding. Why is this move particularly effective after 60? As we age, our gut motility naturally slows. The nerve cells in the colon that sense stretch and stool decline. The ileocecal valve becomes more prone to dysfunction. But our bodies are also incredibly adaptive. When you manually stimulate that valve, you're essentially waking up that neural pathway. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition have shown that regular abdominal self-massage can increase stool frequency and reduce laxative use in older adults by up to 70%. I've seen similar results in my practice. One of my patients, a 74-year-old retired teacher named Rick, had been using laxatives for 8 years. He was skeptical of the 30-second move at first, but after just 1 week of doing it daily and logging his progress in the app, he had his first spontaneous bowel movement in years. He called me excitedly and said, "Dr. Chen, I didn't know my body could still do that." He's now 6 months laxative-free. The most common objection I hear is, "But Dr. Chen, I've been dependent on laxatives for so long. Is this really enough?" Yes, it is. But I want to be clear, you may need to support the process with a few other adjustments. First, increase your water intake to at least 8 glasses a day. Dehydration is a major cause of constipation after 60. Second, add a magnesium glycinate supplement at night. It gently relaxes the muscles of the colon. Third, eat more soluble fiber from food, like oats, apples, and ground flax seeds. But here's the surprising part. Too much insoluble fiber, like wheat bran, can actually worsen constipation if you're not drinking enough water. That's a mistake many seniors make. The 30-second move addresses the mechanical side, but hydration and magnesium address the physiological side. Together, they create a powerful synergy. Let me give you 2 more practical tips you can start today. Tip number 1, stack the move with something you already do. Do it right after brushing your teeth in the morning and just before bed. That association will make it a habit. Tip number 2, after the massage, gently rock your knees from side to side while still lying down. This further stimulates the colon. Do that for another 30 seconds. That's a full 1-minute routine that mimics the natural motion your gut needs. And as you improve, you'll notice your bowel movements become more regular, your bloating decreases, and you feel lighter. The emotional freedom of not relying on laxatives is enormous. Imagine not having to plan your day around bathroom urgency or worrying about accidents. My patients often say they feel like they've reclaimed control of their bodies. I want to circle back to Carol. After 3 weeks of doing the 30-second move and tracking her progress in the app, Carol stopped using laxatives entirely. She told me she felt like a new person. She no longer woke up with that tight, crampy feeling in her gut. She was able to go for walks without worrying about finding a bathroom. She even started gardening again, something she hadn't done in years because of her bowel anxiety. Carol's story proves that it's never too late to heal your gut. The body has an incredible capacity to regenerate when you give it the right signals. And that 30-second move is the simplest signal you can send. So let me leave you with this. If you're over 60 and relying on laxatives, I want you to try this technique tonight. Just 30 seconds. Lie down, Find that spot, press, and circle. Then tomorrow, check the pinned comment for the app that will help you track your progress. Subscribe to this channel because I share new science-backed strategies for healthy aging every week. Your gut is the foundation of your longevity. It's time to stop destroying it and start supporting it. You have more control than you think.